Welcome, everybody. We might as well get, we're all set. And I think we have everybody today, which is great. So welcome.
Yay.
Meeting is called to order at 2:01.
How do you get this? Oh,
And I just want to take a moment before the next thing, just thank Lorraine, because she has taken some really, really good meeting notes. And appreciate all you're doing with taking the notes. So thank you, Lorraine.
David, you're just saying that because you don't want to take them.
Well, that's partially true,
I'm
but
kidding. Thank you.
also
I
you are
appreciate
doing a
it.
great job, and I
Thank you.
truly appreciate it.
I would offer to do it, but you won't read my writing.
So we want to approve the August 29th meeting notes. Did everyone get a chance to read them? I know that Lorraine sent them out the end of last week, so it was
Mhm.
very recently.
We did.
Yes.
Okay, is there anyone that doesn't want to approve it? Okay, so I needed a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Okay, I knew you would, Gloria, and now you're official, so thank you. And anyone else? I need a backup.
Motion to approve.
Okay, there's the second. The August 29th meeting notes have been approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also on the agenda, congratulations to Gloria from becoming the official 5th member of the Disability.
Yay!
All time.
Thank God.
I'm glad you're on board, as are we all. So welcome on board, Gloria, officially.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's wonderful.
Yes, welcome.
We mentioned this last time, if anyone was interested, the White Cane Awareness Day celebration. You have to RSVP by Friday, the 6th of October, and it's at the Mass State House, the Great Hall. If anyone's interested, I still have the link that I can send you to sign up. Now, on the copy of the agenda that I sent, I asked the question, do we like our current mission statement? Should we update the mission statement and make more readable to residents? And your thoughts? It's pretty basic. Basically what it says, the Disability Commission mission statement. The Bridgewater Disability Commission addresses issues affecting people with disabilities in the town of Bridgewater. The commission provides input on accessibility to town facilities and properties. It also assists the town in complying with Disabilities Act, ADA. The Disability Commission shall contain 5 members. The commission shall research local problems of people with disabilities, advise municipal offices and employees in complying with state and federal laws and regulation that affect people with disabilities, plan programs in coordination with state programs designated to help people with disabilities, review and make recommendations concerning policies, procedures, services, activities, and facilities as they affect people with disabilities, provide information, referrals, guidance, and technical assistance to individuals, public agencies, businesses, and organizations in all matters pertaining to disability. Then it has a list of the Disability Commission members. We'll have to make sure that we add you, Gloria, for that. And basically that's it. It's very similar to the other local towns' mission statement. Should we revisit it? Are we happy with it? What do you guys think?
I have a quick comment, David.
Yes, ma'am.
From what I reviewed in some of the other communities or whatever, generally, from my awareness, generally mission statements are very, very short and to the point. So as you go further down, it's more of like, it actually, contains members and all that. That goes on afterwards. The mission statement should be something very, very short and concise, and then you get into the meat later on.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the MOD, Massachusetts Office on Disability, and it's short and sweet. Commissions on disability are established, by vote at town meeting, and it would be Bridgewater, to promote the inclusion and integration of persons with disabilities in the activities, services, and employment opportunities or the community. So that's one of them. And then the other one, it says under where the operating bylaws are, a sample. The purpose of the commission is to coordinate or carry out programs in coordination with programs of the Massachusetts Office on Disability in order to bring about full and equal participation in all aspects of life in the town of Bridgewater for people with
Bridgewater.
disabilities. So I think it's something short and sweet like that, pretty much. And then this goes into how we're formed, you know what I mean? Like our, how
Mhm.
many members and what we are comprised of and consist of and things like that. That's just my opinion from other boards that I've worked with or
Okay.
whatever. That's just my opinion.
So like the first paragraph is ours is very short, and then it just
Mhm.
goes into a little more details in the second. So you're basically saying we should just make it one very short to the point paragraph.
Yes, because if you even look at the Elder Affairs mission statement, right,
Mhm.
David? That's very short. To
Yes, it
include
is.
people of all aspects of blah, 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 whatever it says. It's a very short, simple little 1 or 2 line paragraph.
Okay,
Mission statement, and then you go into what it's comprised of, goals, things like that down the road. But the mission statement's generally very short.
okay.
If anybody else has their own thoughts on it, that's fine, but.
What about anyone else's opinions?
I agree that it should be very short and very broad.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
So basically, if we're gonna do that, we should write it up, have a couple people get involved with kind of revisiting it, and then we could just change it up and over to our new mission statement within the next month or so. Does
Mhm.
anyone else have any opinion or anything they'd like to bring up in regard to it? Okay,
And David, I actually make the changes to the committee web pages. So if you want to send it to me,
I would do that.
yep, just send it over to me and we'll get changes made. I'm
Actually, I was gonna send to you, Josh, and ask what to do, but you just gave me the answer, so that's great.
Yep. And I'm adding Gloria to the page as we speak.
Oh, great. Okay. You know what else was kind of interesting? I saw when we were looking up the disability statement, we have the term ending of each of us. So like myself and Karen, our term ends in 2024. Anna, yours is 2025, and Lorraine, you're all the way into 2026.
I won't be by myself, no.
No.
Well,
Okay.
they stagger it, obviously, you know, that's how it's comprises it, you know, with our charter or whatever. All the terms and all the other boards they're staggered, but I've never heard them not say, oh, we're not gonna reappoint somebody because your term's up and that's it, you're done. I mean, generally, you know, I think, and trying to get people to come on board as difficult as it is, you know. So,
I think it's a
Yeah.
big deal trying to get people on board. So I think you're right. I
right.
just thought it was interesting because we're, over a couple year period.
So in other words, you're not going anywhere, David.
Well, I could after 2024, but I hope not to.
You're not.
So my next thing, I said, could every disability commission member plan one idea topic that we could discuss at possible initiatives for the disability commission? For example, we have talked a lot over time about the concern of the crosswalks in downtown Bridgewater, around the university, around the green. If serious, we could address this with the town council and the town manager, clarifying specific ideas, direction, and then we would have to follow up. A lot of times we bring up the point about the crosswalks and then it doesn't necessarily go anywhere. So that would be the way to go. Another example, I don't know, if we could use Music Alley for something, for meetings, when we're able to get out in public again. But they moved the craft brewery, they moved the music venue that they used to do to craft brewery in Bridgewater. And so it's got a lot of open time over there. So I didn't know if we could have outdoor meetings next year and open up to the public to bring questions and ideas and so forth. I know I've been to a couple of town council meetings that they had at Bridgewater Bagel in the past. And they usually get a turnout of about 6, 7, 8 people. So, you might get new and different people with different ideas. So Yeah, I'm just trying to come up with ideas for us for the Disability Commission. Has anyone given it any thought of any ideas they'd like to have us work on and, how we could achieve some new goals?
Is the
Lorraine,
move
you had
to the
brought up-
brewery permanent?
What's that?
Is the move to the brewery permanent?
I don't know. It's
I don't
been
think
there
so.
for most of this year. I don't know if it's next year yet, but
Yeah,
we have a lot
I
of days
thought
with-
it was a temporary situation, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
I
it's-
like it downtown. I liked it at the alley there.
And I think
That
the
was the
university
whole
likes it at
purpose.
the
Yeah.
downtown too.
It was that was the whole purpose of having
But-
that whole
Yeah.
thing done.
Even that being said, though, I mean, they have the chess on one day a week when the weather is good, and then they have the music alley when they did have it. It's been a couple months so that they haven't had it there. And anyways, I was thinking, maybe we could use it to have summer meetings next year on a different day. It could be a Tuesday. It could be a different day where it's not utilized. Lorraine, I know you sent me a comment about some ideas.
Yes. Okay, so I'm looking at this from a totally different perspective. I'm looking at it from the sense of we now have a full board. We have 5 working members now, and I think that what we need to, my own opinion again, I'm just throwing it out there. I think we need to kind of regroup and reorganize.
Mhm.
So I reviewed a lot of material from like a lot of other towns, and then I jumped on the Mass Office on Disability. I'm thinking we should start from square one. We should start with the reorganization or actually the regrouping. So what I found, and I'm not even sure if this was ever accomplished, but generally, with an organization or whatever, you look at your bylaws and you try to update them and find out, how they match up to your group or whatever.
Right.
So my first question is, because I actually did print them out, and it's very detailed. There's sample operating bylaws from the MOD, and they said each commission could tailor it to their own commission. So obviously it has, title and purpose, powers and duties. There's a section under membership, officers, your meetings, amendments. It's all specific towards your, your disabilities commission. And then what I thought was really interesting was under Commission on Disability, goals. And goals, as we know, are very important.
Right.
It actually breaks it down into different components. Ensure municipal services, programs, meetings, and employment opportunities are available and accessible to persons with disabilities. Gives you about 6 different ideas under that. Some examples, it gives you ideas. And then number 2, ensure businesses, agencies, and organizations are accessible to persons with disabilities. So it gives you 3 different ideas of what to look for. Encourage mobility, ways you can do that. Some examples. Increase accessible, affordable housing. So these are all different goals. Work to pass federal and state legislation, advocate for the rights of individuals with disabilities, educate the public about disabilities issues, other considerations. So it's all spelled out under goals. So what I was thinking is, if we kind of regroup here, first of all, David, have we ever really officially done a set of bylaws for this group? I don't believe so.
I thought we did it a long, long time ago, but if we're
Yeah,
talking
in
a
the
long time
beginning.
ago, we're
In the
talking
beginning
like
with
with a
the,
lot of different members
Yes,
and
yeah.
and many, many years ago.
So I was thinking maybe that might be the way to go is, I have all this information and I could send it out to all the members. And we could start picking away, going through the bylaws piece by piece. I know that's what a lot of different groups do. And go through that and reestablish our own bylaws. And then after that, you get into the meat of it where the goals are.
Mhm.
And like I said, some of them have like 6 or 7 different ideas and way to do it and way to address it. Instead of us always trying to, wait for somebody to file a complaint and wait for this and that.
Right.
Why don't we start working on some of these goals and pick apart little pieces of each section? And it's something that we can actually legitimately work on. It's really quite a lengthy list of
Well, that's a great idea.
ideas from MOD,
So Lorraine, let me ask you this. So
Yes,
if we're gonna do that, so for the next meeting, you would send out the list of bylaws that you've noticed, send it
Mhm.
out to all of us, so that
yes,
pre-work, before we get to our next meeting,
yes,
we could kind of go back and forth and kind of figure out in what direction we want our bylaws to go, so that we can, discuss it as a group in the month of October. And
yes.
then once we get that established, then in the next meeting, we could start whittling away at what a few goals should be for us.
Yes, I think so, and what I
Good.
could do, David, is I could not only send out the bylaws, but send out the section under the, goals. And you'll
Okay,
have that in advance, and you can kind of take a look at those, instead of reinventing the wheel and trying to figure out, "Oh, what do we do?" Is it crosswalks? There's a lot of different categories. I mean, when you look at it, our commission, it's so multifaceted and multidimensional. There's so many areas. It's so broad-based of what a commission does and what a commission is involved in.
right.
Not only, the building aspects and this and that. I mean, there's just so many different things under our purview. But I think we need to get ourselves organized first and figure out who we are, what we're about, establish ourselves, and then start picking away. I'm telling you, when you take a look at these goals, I mean, you'll look at it and say, "Oh, wow, that's a great idea. This is something that's workable or doable," or "Why don't we think about doing that?" So
Good.
and it's right from MOD, and they said you can conform it to your own disabilities commission. So it isn't like, we're reinventing the wheel. It's something that we're just going to kind of tailor it to our needs. Our
I think that's a
community.
great idea, Lorraine. Thank you.
Oh.
And I appreciate you planning to send it out to us all. Does anyone else have something they want to add or share in regard to that?
The only thing I can think of is I would be interested in taking a look at, any publicly available information from the disability commissions in other college towns. Like, how do the towns interface with the college? Like, I
Mhm.
know that there was a big disability awareness event on campus in April that they really didn't advertise outside of campus. And it would have been nice if we could have somehow dovetailed with that. And this came up very suddenly. There's another one tomorrow. But it's just, they're calling it the mini awareness day. Because it was really kind of like a last minute kind of thing. But I'm thinking it would be interesting for me to see how other towns that have colleges in their center interact with the universities.
Does the university want outside groups to be involved with it, or are they trying to keep it more for their own university students? And
I think some of it's a bandwidth thing, that they don't have the staffing to make it huge, which
okay,
might be where we come in. But I do know the university is very keen on being a good citizen and
okay.
teaching our students to be good citizens and having that interaction with the town. So that's why I would be interested to see what other models are out there
That's a
that
good
we
idea.
could consider.
That sounds like a
Would you-
great idea, Karen. It
Cameron, would
really
you be able to
does.
look into that for
Yeah.
some of the local towns?
Yeah, yeah, I can
appreciate that.
try. I
Would
can
you-
see what's publicly available anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good,
that's great.
good. Anyone else? Okay, well, that's several really good ideas.
Mhm.
So Lorraine, will look forward to you sending out that bylaw and
I
goal
will.
information.
Yeah.
And then people can, at that point, look at it, make some updates and so forth. We'll send it back and forth to each other over the next month, so that when we get to our next meeting, we're not starting from the same spot again, that we're kind of into it a little bit. So good, I think that's good ideas.
And then we can have an open discussion about the bylaws, everybody put down what their thoughts are when I send it out and jot it down, and then we can just kind of have a discussion on it and, just actually create some really effective bylaws that will last for a while.
And those will tie in with the mission statement. Rereading what David sent us, I think just the first paragraph of our existing mission statement is sufficient.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep, I think so too,
So Karen, you're saying just that first, you
Mhm.
like the first paragraph and just
Right.
stick with that and cut
Yeah.
out the other stuff there.
Yeah. And so some of the other stuff we might be able to incorporate into bylaws and goals.
Bylaws. I see what you're saying. Good.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not like it's bad information. I just think it's in the wrong spot.
Right,
Okay.
yep. absolutely.
I have
Yeah.
one more question. I have a question actually for Josh. Josh, are you still here?
I see him.
Yep, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. So in the past, Josh, Mike has included us in to be involved with the memorial building and the Disability Commission's opinion on the direction that the work was going. We're also involved at one time with the Academy building and the side entrance and Memorial Park, but then long periods of time go by that things are still happening in Bridgewater, but we don't hear about anything. We don't get involved. And wouldn't it be nice if they included the Disability Commission in so we could kind of, have an opinion and get involved and, before something is worked on and might not be to what's best for the town. Is there any way for us to become more involved, like hear more of what's happening and get more involved?
Yeah, so that's actually something we're actively working on is trying to increase communication between all the committees, because there is a ton of overlap with a lot of the committees, especially when the new projects come up, like you just mentioned. We have the new tree committee. So we introduced the new tree committee to like the planning board and a couple other committees where they would have overlap. So that is something we're working on. It is hard to just make sure that we're including everybody on every single project
Right.
that's being considered. I mean, if you guys have any ideas, I would love to hear them. And what we're trying to do is actually get all the chairs of the committees together in the next few months, just to go over the missions of the committees, introduce everybody, because everybody's volunteers, so they have limited time that they can really put in a lot of time. So this maybe will give an opportunities to get some just some cross representation in. But if you guys have any ideas, love to hear them, and I'd love to implement them.
Great, thank you.
I think that sounds like a great idea. Like you said, there's so many volunteers out there and there's so many boards and different committees and,
Yeah,
some interact with others and others don't. And it's nice to know, like, obviously, to be included with this or that, or what is the latest project and.
yeah,
Even
we're
to set
hoping-
up like
Memorial
which
building.
ones we hear about. So since I've been on the board, the only one that's come before us has been the renovations to the mansion for the Martin Richard Institute.
Oh, yeah.
And that was just basically, which was absolutely hysterical, for us to weigh in on a handicapped accessible bathroom on the second floor, which is not accessible.
Mhm.
Well, the bathroom on the second floor is accessible, but nobody with a handicap can get up there. So
Oh, God.
That's horrible.
it is what it is. Yeah, and they did a lovely job and it looks great and all's well, but that's just, I think the people were just kind of shaking their heads that they had to jump through this random bathroom hoop for an area that no one with a physical disability can get to. So, but that's the only one that has come before us since I've been on the board.
And the only.
Karen, they don't have an elevator to the second floor over there?
Nope.
No elevator.
Well,
Wow.
maybe. I don't think so, though. So it's like, because there were only so many things they were required to do because the second floor does not have meeting space. It's
Okay.
just offices.
Oh, okay.
Can I say a question, something? What about a welcome, like a welcome afternoon, a welcome night that all the different volunteers can meet?
Yeah, that is something we're trying to work on. Like I said, what we're focused on right now is getting all the chairs together. That way they can trickle it down to their committee members and just kind of spread the word that way, because getting every single volunteer to attend the meeting would just be impossible. So it is something we have in the pipeline. I'm glad you asked though. And like I always say, if you guys see anything, if you guys notice a project and you notice that you haven't been contacted or anything about it, reach out to me. I'll connect you guys. That's what I'm here for.
Good.
So. I-
Thank you.
Our intention in the future is to make it so you don't have to reach out to us and you're just automatically included, but until we can get that underway, just feel free to reach out to me, anybody.
Thank you.
Good, thank you.
Thank you very much.
David,
Yes,
I was just wondering, what is the status on the memorial building? I mean, is it finished or what is status on
I
that?
think it's finished. What they
Yeah.
ended up doing, the thing that we're involved in was that lift inside in the
Yeah.
building. And they decided a certain size and so forth. And yeah, as far as I know, it's all set.
What are they using the building for now? I know it used to be the selectmen. Yeah.
I think Josh would probably know, was it the water department, like 6 people, or am I wrong?
Yeah, it's the water department. And
Oh.
what we're working on is part of the project was to actually have displays of historical
Right.
Oh,
artifacts.
wow.
We are working on getting the displays set up there. They're a little bit more involved than I think we realized, just because of the requirements for the artifacts. So that's next on their list. And actually the CPC, they had the funding for it. They, on their webpage, Carlton Hunt had actually gone in and taken a bunch of before and after pictures. And that's all on the website if you guys were interested in seeing all the improvements
Great.
during construction.
Someone asked me today, how long has Bridgewater been existing? How
I'm
many
sorry,
years?
It's been what?
How many years has this town been?
Yeah.
How many years was it Bridgewater, how do you say it?
In existence, yeah.
Yeah,
Incorporated.
because,
Incorporated.
yeah, like how did the town come? How many years? Don't
Mhm.
know.
16 something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wasn't Brockton part of Bridgewater originally?
Other way around, well, yes, Bridgewater included the town of Brockton.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Because St. Thomas is celebrating 175 years.
oh,
Yeah.
really? That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, in November.
Wow.
Yeah, so someone asked me, how long has Bridgewater existed? I said,
Longer than that.
I don't know,
Yeah.
probably 1,000 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably 1,000 years, right? When
I don't know
Well, not
about that, but
1,000,
maybe,
but yeah.
No.
maybe closer to 400 or something like
Yeah,
that.
it is close to 400. Yep.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
old.
Just a question.
I can't
That's a
find it
good
on the
one.
website anymore. It used to be there. I'm sure it's still there. I just can't find it right now.
It says Bridgewater was established as a township on June 3rd, 1656.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
So we're coming up on 400 years.
it is
Yeah.
coming up.
Wow.
Wow.
56, 30 something more years. I don't know if I'll still be here. We'll see.
I didn't even exist.
I don't think so. I'd be 100 and something then.
Yeah, I'll be 99 then. I'm not counting on being in Bridgewater at that point.
We know Josh's son will be around. He'll be participating in the celebrations, right, Josh?
Yep.
So we've gone over quite a bit of information right now. Is there anything anyone else would like to bring up at this point? So,
I'm actually gonna, David, I will be attending the Housing Authority. They have a meeting at 5 o'clock.
okay,
So I will be attending that and, I'd like to listen in to see what's going on. And they also have a part on their agenda, the H&H, the Tenants Association, and they
Okay.
give input too. So I like to listen in and hear what's going on there too. But Triad Group, as you know, you're part of Triad. We will be, the fire department will be doing an emergency management program over at Housing. So we're trying to rotate, we're trying to bring visibility over there, and many of the residents, some of them, it's difficult for them to travel to the senior center. So
Mhm.
we try to take our show on the road, and we did a program, the sheriff's department did a program in the spring on scams and, internet safety and things like that. So I was sitting in my basement last month for the 3rd time because of a tornado warning, like we all were, right? And I said, this is really this is crazy. We need to ensure that everybody has information on what to do, because this is
Right.
happening a little too
Not me,
often.
we're outside.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing, so actually it's the fire department that will be doing a program on emergency preparedness, tornadoes, weather-related challenges and issues and what to do and how to prepare. So we're gonna be bringing that program over at Housing in November for Triad. So, I think
That's a
it's
good
really
idea.
important to include everybody, you know,
Yeah,
with this.
definitely. Hey, you
Yeah.
know what? That's so funny, 'cause my in-laws, they were nervous and they went down and they had no idea when they could get out of the basement. You know,
Oh,
it's like
yeah,
just waiting, like for an update, you know?
right, yeah.
So-
I grabbed my cat, I said, "Mike, you can stay upstairs, I don't care. I'm bringing Remy downstairs."
Oh, man. You
Yeah.
know, we've had more tornado alerts in the last few months, and I think I remember in the last 20 years
Oh,
combined.
no. Yeah,
So our next meeting, I want to ask you, the next meeting would normally be October 31st at 2 o'clock. That's Halloween though. So does that have any impact on anyone here? Is anyone planning to go trick or treating? Anna, you
We'll all
gonna
dress
Yeah.
up. We can all dress up for the meeting.
go?
David.
Does anyone want to change it to a different date because of
No.
the Halloween, or is that okay?
So David, I won't be,
I'm gonna be away, David. I won't be
Gonna be away.
available. If you change it, I'm away.
I'm away as well.
Yeah,
So two of you are away. Okay. How about on the 24th? Would that be a good day, or will you still be away?
no,
No,
we're saying if, we're gonna be here, are you gonna be here the 31st, Gloria?
no, we're leaving on the 25th.
Oh, okay. Cause I will be here the 31st, but I will be away if you
Okay.
change it to the 24th.
So we're gonna get bored no matter what. So if it's okay with
Yeah.
everyone, and I'm sorry you won't be able to be here, Gloria, but we'll stick to our original time frame and do the 31st. Because we're gonna lose, one person won't be able to make it on the 24th and one won't be able to make it the 31st anyway. Is that okay with everyone?
Sure, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Is that okay,
Okay.
Gloria? Do you mind? Yeah.
Oh, I won't mind. I'm not quite sure where we'll be, but it'll be on the other side of the world somewhere, so.
Oh, my God. We're
Uh,
gonna be thinking of you.
I hope you have a fantastic trip, Gloria. I mean, it sounds like a trip of a lifetime. and
Oh,
It
I
is.
hope everything goes great.
Thank you.
That's great. Yeah.
Is there any other last questions or anything anyone would like to discuss or review or anything?
The
No,
other day, oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. No, the other day was on Main Street going towards West Bridgewater and the cars were all slowing down because there was a girl, she used the crosswalk at the senior center. The lights were flashing and everything and people stopped. It was really
Oh, that's
I
nice to
really
hear.
impressed.
Good, good.
very
Good,
impressed.
excellent.
Good.
Good job.
Gloria, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out and thank Josh for making it possible. As you know, my computer situation at home is always sketchy. So he led me in the right direction so that I could finally take that state ethics commission exam. So thank you, Josh. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We appreciate your help, Josh, really.
Oh,
Yeah. you're
What would
very
we
I
do
can-
without Josh?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
Thank you, Josh.
yeah, thanks a lot.
Very well.
So if no one has anything further, the next step would be to adjourn the meeting. And again, our next meeting will be on Tuesday, the 31st at 2 o'clock. Do I
Okay.
have a motion to adjourn?
I make a
A
motion
motion
to
to
adjourn.
Okay, thank you, Lorraine. And who seconded?
Motion it, second it.
Okay, thank you, Anna.
Yeah.
Everyone have a great day, a great month. Actually, we'll see you on the 31st.
Sounds
Thank
great.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot.
Take care, everybody. Have a good day.
Everyone.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye
everyone.
now.